guys, this is Killer Dave here, and welcome back to another episode on single player Minecraft. As you can see by me holding my axe, I've been getting a lot of wood because, if any of you guys know, in Iron Farm, you need a lot of doors. So, like I said in the last episode, I'm going to build the Iron Bakery, is I think what the person called it. I'll put a link down in the description to the video that they showcase it off in. I think they also have a tutorial, but it uses the circular method, which a brief description is you trick the game into creating like 5 villages right on top of each other by kind of like creating one further away and then slowly like bringing it in closer and closer until you have them in the center, all in the center. But as you guys can see over here, in between the episodes, in the spirit of getting a lot done in a single episode, I've created a spawner for all my guys. Not a spawner, a breeder. So I have one of the infinite villager breeders. So there's a villager up here and a bunch of guys in here wanting to breed. Generally how it works is there's 6 doors up there and 1 villager. So he sees the 6 doors and there should be another person. But he can't detect that there's a lot of people down here. So he sends the village a signal like we need more people. So then these guys just keep breeding and breeding and breeding like crazy. So as you can see, we got 1 extra guy. Initially I had him looping back so it could get more people to breed, but for right now I have him popping out here because for the Iron Farm we're gonna need, I think it's I want to say 12 villagers total in order to get to work. So I'm gonna start building it up here. I'm just gonna build it straight above the center of the spawn chunks, and I'm just going to build it just a little bit up. I'm not going to build it very high in the sky because I'm probably just going to put it around here, but I think that's the first thing we're going to do. We're just going to get started. I don't know if we're going to get it quite to a working position. We'll see how much time I have, but for right now, I'll probably roll a third-person time-lapse so you guys can see me building it, and I'm just going to follow the tutorial that the guys made on the Iron Bakery and see how it goes. Alright guys, as you would have seen, we have finished building the entire structure of the iron farm. So for those of you who might not recognize what it is, this is the area where the iron golems will spawn. They will fall through this hole, and then eventually there'll be lava down there with some hoppers. That's where the iron drops go. This is where all the doors go, so I'll have up to 10 villages in here that all overlap. And then up here, these are villager holding cells, so there'll be 5 villagers in each of these. But initially, to get it all set up and to trick the game into having 10 villages all in the same spot, we need to have 1 villager in each of these dirt ones I've made as well, along with these up here. So that's an additional 5 villagers. You only need 1 in here. To get the farm working well, you need 5 in here at the end, but to get it all set up, we just need 1. But it has actually been a day since I built it. It's actually the next day. I'm recording the next day. And in between today and yesterday, I did a lot of AFKing around here and breeding up of the villagers. So you can see in here, oh, there's actually a baby that got in. But there are a lot of villagers in there. I think if you look at the entity count real quick, it's something like, you can see it up in the top left. It's something like 28, so it's about like 20, 27 maybe. So it's pretty good number. I think it's actually enough to fill the entire thing, because there's 4 pockets that need 5, so that's 20, and then there's an additional 5. So we just need 25. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start building up a little track, just like this, a little minecart track, so I can transport them up. And then I'll bring you guys back once I've finished doing that, and I've got villagers in all of them, and then I'll show you just a little bit of what has to be done in order to get all the villagers overlapped. Alright guys, I have put 5 villagers in each of these, and then 1 in all the other ones. I don't know. You can see the back. There's the arms, there's his head. So this is the last villager. Now, getting this one up in here was actually a total pain in the butt. Oh, wait. Because for some reason, when I broke it, he just popped out. So hopefully this guy is a little bit more cooperative. So if I break this. No, he's not. Oh. This guy's a turd. Come here. No, 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 please. Thank you. Go get him. Go get him. Okay. What the heck? He's looking at his buddy in there. Let's not push him off. Oh. This guy's being a pain in the butt. Alright. I'm gonna try and get this guy. There you go. I'm going to get him into the thing, and then I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I was able to get him in there. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get my minecart back, but that's fine. I think if I jump right here, will I be able to get it? Yes, got it. So we got all the villagers in here, so now the next thing to do is, first off, destroy all these rails. But then, second off, is I'm gonna have to go down and pick these up, aren't I? I'm dropping a lot. Second off is set up all the doors. So in order, I can give you a brief run through. I'm not going to show you how to do it because, like I said earlier, there will be a link to the tutorial down in the description. But real quick, I'll just give you a quick rundown of how you do it. So for the first few, I think I actually have doors in here. So yeah, for the first one, the first village, you just set up doors. There's nothing crazy about it. You just put doors in. Because for this one, the villagers are already around here. They can detect it. Easy, fine. So you just set up doors. And when you do this, the village is created. So now, if I do this to all 6, I'm just going to do it to these 2 for right now, just for arguments and explanations purpose. But we do it to these, do it to all of them, and then we have 1 village. Because these villagers see the 1 village and they're like, okay, that's a village. Now, in order to get multiple ones on top of each other, because these, if I put in all of them, the center will be right there. So when the iron golems spawn, they will spawn somewhere within this center square. But what happens and how you trick it into it is, since there's these guys way out here, this block way over here is too far away for this village to like include it, or for those villagers to notice this door. So when you place a door out here, it creates a new village over here, because this villager right here can see it. Then what you do is you go over here and then you place a door. So the reason this door needs to be placed after that one is because now the center of the village will move in between these two doors, because when you place a door, it joins the village it's closest to. So this door will be closer to that village center than to that village center. So now the village center is over here. So then what you go is you go back and destroy that one. So then the village center shifts to this one. So now the village center is right here with only one door. Then you put down one right here. That shifts the center from here to here when this one gets added. So now there's two doors. You go back and destroy that, and now there's just one door, and the center is right here. And now what you can do is then you can start placing a second row of doors, because these doors will be closer to that center than that center. So then you get these 6 doors, and then you continue over here, place a door here. It will be closer to those than to that. So then it'll move the center over here, and you just do that, and you kind of work your way around the center until you have a second row of doors that are all in a separate village. And I'm going to do that 10 times, so we're going to have 10 different villages. So all 10 villages will have their center right there, so that just means we'll get a lot more iron golem spawns than we would if there was just one village. So it's kind of a tedious process. I'm not going to do a time lapse or anything, because there's actually a lot of waiting involved. You have to wait like 10 seconds in between each door place, so like you can wait for the game to add it to the village. So I'm just going to go ahead and do all that. Hopefully when I see you guys next and I bring you guys back, I'll have all 10 villages working, and we'll probably have a bunch of spawns by then. I'm probably going to have a bunch of guys running around here. I'm not really ready for them yet. I might go in and put hoppers there first, and maybe some lava. I'll put hoppers at least. I won't put in the lava yet, but just to get them so like I can pick up items from them. But I'm going to go do that, guys, and I'll bring you back when I'm done. Alright, guys, I'm still placing doors. I actually just finished the 3rd village, and as you can see, we've gotten our first iron golem spawns. So we already have 2 iron golems. I mean, that's, I don't know, like 6 iron or something like that. So that's like the first one I've gotten already. Pretty awesome. I didn't end up putting the hoppers down there yet. I mean, I'll just kill these guys if I have to, but we got our first ones. I'm just going to continue working on this, but it's awesome to see that we got our first one, so I'm just going to continue going, and I'll bring you guys back when I'm done. Alright guys, so as you can see, I do have all 10 sets of doors done now, so that means we have 10 villages that are all centered right here, all on top of each other. That means we'll get a bunch of spawns. So I mean, the reason they're not spawning right now is because these guys are in the way, but if they go down there and they go out of range, you can see there's actually some down there already, then more will have the chance to spawn. But what we have to do now is we have to create a second platform. So this is just so that more can spawn, because it gives them more area to spawn. So I'm just going to go ahead and build up the second spawning platform. It's going to be the same size as the first. It's going to be exactly the same, same width and everything. It's just going to be a second one. So I'm going to get to building that, and I'll bring you guys back when I'm done. Alright guys, I've finished building the second platform, and as you can see, we actually already got an iron golem spawn. So this is looking really good. It looks like I dug this hole one off actually. So let me fix this real quick on camera. Hopefully I pick up all the blocks. Good, perfect. Okay, so now the next thing we gotta do, real quick, it shouldn't take too long, is finish up this trap down here. Now, I'm just gonna drop down. if you look below here, you can see I already set up the hoppers. So the next thing we have to do is set up all of the lava. So what we're going to do is I'm going to place these fences down real quick. Am I going to be able to do this? Give me a sec. I might have to do one of these, one of those. I'm just going to have to kill this guy real quick. Alright, so while this guy's dying, so I'm just going to put the fence gates down, and this is just so they can stand without, they can stand in, they'll be standing in the lava, but they won't, like their items won't be in the lava, if that makes any sense. I know it makes sense. It makes sense. So when they die, when they drop their items, it will not be in the lava. So this is just, can I place this, please? I don't know if I'll be able to. Let's do one of these. Boom. Alright, so now if I open all these up, they will fall through, but the lava will not, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to get rid of the dirt. I know this goes in the hopper. Okay, jump out of here. Destroy that. Oh, that's a pain in the butt. Alright, whatever. So we get this guy in here, open it up. Let me just dig down real quick so I can get rid of that piece of dirt. Okay, boom. So, now what we can do is we can place our 2 buckets of lava down. One here, and one in the opposite corner. Now this means when they fall down, they'll fall into the lava. Oh, that's not good. That's definitely not good. Do I have any blocks? I don't have any blocks. Alrighty. Why don't I have any blocks? You know what? I'll just waste a piece of obsidian because that's all I got. So, put that there. Put that here. Boom. So that should spread over. Perfect. So now we got that, and I have no blocks. So I'm going to jump down and run up here. And just, I thought it was funny. One thing you can see real quick, just like to see how long I've been here for, like you can see how far up this grass has gone. So, I mean, you saw me put this down. Initially, it was all dirt. So this grass has traveled quite a ways up in order to get this far. But the next thing we have to do in order to get this iron farm running is set up the water streams. So as you see in my inventory, I have 2 buckets of water. So what I'm going to do is, oh, does that work? I think that works. Yes, it does. Okay, so I'm just going to fill all of these in with water. Fill in this whole thing. And as you can see, this is the perfect distance away where they will spawn in and just get pushed there. So I'm just going to continue filling this in, and I'll bring you guys back when I'm done. So now I got all the water in. I got all the water in up on this top level and on the bottom level. So it is now in fully working condition. Now the only thing that we have to do up here, the last thing, is remove all these blocks. All these were just temporary for setting up the villages in a certain way. So I'm just going to go through and remove all these and remove this rail. And then we can get working on this. But as of right now, they can spawn here and they will fall in and then burn in the lava. So right now we do have a working iron farm. So I'm just going to get rid of all these right now and then I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I've removed all the blocks and that is the iron farm done. So all I have to do now is one little trick you can do. So the problem with these iron farms is they have to always be loaded. So if they become unloaded, then I thought I heard a hissing. That was close. If they become unloaded, then all the villages will merge, and then you effectively just have one giant village. So what you need to do, that's the reason you put it into the spawn chunks, right? So let's see, do we have any iron? Nice. looks like we already got some iron, guys. That's awesome. So I already have 8 iron. I haven't even been here for very long at all. So what you have to do is you can make like a little sorting system. No. Goodness, my inventory is terrible. Let me place this down. Throw some junk in here that I don't really need. At the moment, I don't need the buckets anymore. I don't need a bed. Grab some stone. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make a trick. So that's why the spawn chunks is the ideal place for it, right? Because it's always loaded. But it's only loaded if you're in the overworld. So if you go into the nether, for instance, it actually becomes unloaded. So what you have to do is trick the game into keeping the spawn chunks loaded. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to make a contraption that sorts out the poppies, so the red flowers. And what that's going to do is it's going to take all the red flowers out, and then it's going to put that into a chest. Not into a chest, into a dropper. And that dropper, it's going to put all the hoppers, all the poppies, and shoot it through a nether portal. So slowly, every like, I think, minute or so. And by throwing it into the nether portal, that keeps this area loaded because something went through the nether. Because every time an item goes through the nether, it keeps the area loaded for like a minute afterwards, I think. So doing this will enable us to be able to have that happen. So what I'm going to do real quick is just set up a little sorting system, and let's see if I can do this really quick. Get a comparator here, put it like that. It looks like I might have to go 1. Is this the one? Yeah, 1 lower. So yeah, you get a comparator, and I mean, you guys saw this in one of the earlier episodes, but I'll just make one really quick. So this is going to sort out the poppies. Now, right now, we actually don't have enough poppies to get the whole sorting system working, but it's going to be good enough for now. So we're just going to, do a little AFKing here, and then eventually we'll get enough poppies to the point where we can have this thing running all the time, and we don't have to worry about it. So all we have to do right now is put in a repeater right there, and put in a redstone torch to lock this hopper. So if we can get over there and just place this repeater, we'll be fine. I find it interesting, I guess maybe it's because they're not in a village, that these iron golems aren't fighting anything. I was watching one just totally get beat up by a zombie earlier, and I was like, fight back, man, what are you doing? So this will effectively work as a item filter for poppies, but right now there's not enough poppies. I might be able to go grab some. So you need, why don't we, okay, I never do it this way because I think it's annoying, but let's just do it this. So what you can do is you can take the poppies, they're down here now. So if we take this, put some poppies right there, and then so it needs to be 22 items. So if we put these 16 in, so that's, what is it, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Perfect. So this is effectively going to do it. So now when a poppy comes through, it'll come over here. So what I'm going to do is then I'm just going to finish setting it up. All you have to do now is put a dropper there, and then a nether portal. And then once you do that, you just light up the nether portal. And then, so whenever a poppy comes through, it'll go into this little hopper here that I'll put here eventually. And that hopper will then it'll shoot out the poppies through into the nether and keep it loaded. So that effectively makes this thing loaded all the time, which means we will never have to worry about it getting unloaded and resetting. So it's definitely something that we want to do. So I'm just going to get the hopper set up and then get it all set up. But for right now, all the iron should be going through here. I'm just going to leave this here. Actually, if I make a chest real quick, let me just make like a double chest just so we can hold enough stuff. Okay, there we go. So if we do this really quick, where's my axe? Why is my axe not down here? So we can just put this double chest here, and then all the iron will go into that. So I'm just going to finish setting this up, guys, and then I'll show it to you when I'm done. Alright guys, so I've finished the circuit here. As you can see, there's just a hopper clock here, and once this goes through and sends out a pulse, it sends it straight into this dropper that then shoots it out. And while I've been staying here, guys, I've actually heard quite a few iron golems fall. You can already see we're up to 20 iron already, which is just crazy. So we're going to have enough iron to do that sorting system really soon. If not next episode, definitely the episode after that. So the one thing, I'm just going to remove these blocks real quick, and then that is the whole thing done. So I'm probably going to put some more poppies in here real quick, just to, like, you know, stuff up the system right now, because I don't want it to run out already, because that would just be terrible. So I'm just going to grab a few poppies and throw them in. But besides that, guys, that's the whole iron farm. So we've finished it. We've put it all together. It is now working. I'm just going to throw these things in here, and then we can end off the episode. Alright guys, that is all the time I have for this episode. We got a lot done. We finished the entire iron farm, and I am super excited to get all the other projects I want to do done now, because having all that iron will be great. So definitely within 1 or 2 episodes, we'll have enough iron to get that sorting system done, so we can get our whole storage area done, and that will just be phenomenal. So we got a lot of work done, and by the looks of it, I lost my pants somewhere along the way. I'm not quite sure when that happened, but we'll have to get another pair crafted up for me. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I really enjoyed making it. If you really liked it, think about leaving a like, and if you haven't already, think about subscribing so you can see when I upload more. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.